Ladies and gentlemen, we have an urgent legal breaking reporting and major legal analysis update. Secretary Hegseth of the Department of Defense has announced that the U.S. has killed 3 individuals. Let's get into this new reporting by The Hill. The article, ladies and gentlemen, is titled Hegseth Military Strikes Alleged Drug Vessels in Caribbean, killing 3. And ladies and gentlemen, the article reads, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said late Saturday that U.S. forces struck an alleged drug vessel in the Caribbean and killed 3 after a string of similar strikes in the region in recent weeks. Quote, Today, at the direction of President Trump, the Department of War carried out a lethal kinetic strike on another narco trafficking vessel operated by a designated terrorist organization, TDO, in the Caribbean, unquote, Hegseth said in a post on the social platform X. Quote, 3 male narco terrorists were aboard the vessel during the strike, which was conducted in international waters, unquote. Hegseth continued, quote, All 3 terrorists were killed and no U.S. forces were harmed in this strike, unquote. Saturday's strike is the latest in a series of U.S. military efforts targeting alleged narco trafficking in the Caribbean Sea. Since early September, the Trump administration has directed the Defense Department to carry out strikes against alleged drug smuggling, killing upward of 64 people in international waters. There have also been strikes in the East Pacific. Americans largely oppose these operations. On Thursday, Democratic and Republican lawmakers were given a classified briefing on the strikes. Many left the meeting both irritated and frustrated. House Armed Services Committee Democrats said they weren't satisfied by the briefing and that they were unsure of the operation's legality as well as the administration's endgame. Quote, Our job is to oversee the use of lethal force by our military outside the United States, and I'm walking away without an understanding of how and why they are making assessments that use the lethal force is adequate. That the use of lethal force is adequate. Here, unquote, Representative Jason Crow, Democrat from Colorado, told reporters after the briefing. Hegseth's Saturday post featured a video of what appeared to be an object moving through water before a bright explosion. Quote, these narco-terrorists are bringing drugs to our shores to poison Americans at home, and they will not succeed. Not succeed. The department will treat them exactly how we treated Al-Qaeda. Qaeda. Qaeda, ladies and gentlemen. Unless, in case the name pops up in the reporting video transcripts as misspelled differently. Ladies and gentlemen, unquote. Hegseth said in his post, quote, we will continue to track them, map them, hunt them, and kill them. Unquote. Now here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, that's going to do it for this legal breaking reporting and video analysis update. Here's the thing. These illegal acts are not covered under immunity. For Trump or the Defense Department, even though Trump has immunity from what the Supreme Court says, which again does not exist in the United States Constitution. So it's just made up out of thin air. I wouldn't be surprised if Donald Trump is arrested once he gets out of office. Again, these unauthorized strikes are not covered under this immunity bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, that is going to do it for this legal breaking reporting video analysis update. If you would like to see more, please make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and enjoy, and follow along for all the more legal breaking news that you need to know about. More to come soon.